Welcome to the gameplay demo walkthrough of CD Projekt Red's upcoming title, Cyberpunk 2077. A narrative-driven, open-world RPG set in a dark version of the future. Before we start, a small but important disclaimer. The gameplay you're about to see is from a work-in-progress game. This is an RPG, so before we get into our appearance, we need to define our backstory. What you choose here will unlock different possibilities later in the game. Also, you can use an array of different options to modify how you look. These include body type, hairstyle, tattoos, makeup, skin tone, and many, many more. But visuals aren't everything. You'll also be able to customize your initial attribute set. You'll notice we didn't pick a class. Cyberpunk 2077 features a fluid class system, and you'll be able to modify your class throughout the game. This demo takes place near the beginning of the game. V and her friend Jackie, along with a netrunner named Tiba, are hired to find and retrieve a missing person, a girl whose locator implant went dark.
Almost clear. Go!
12:37 on your right. Girls inside. Biomon's been down an hour. Better don't.
Cyberpunk 2077 is a first-person role-playing game. This perspective enables us to maximize your immersion and allow us to disassemble that maintenance panel so we can get through the door. There are many skills in the game that players can apply in solving problems. The engineering skill can be used to fix, disassemble, and disarm devices blocking
Production
your
line
path.
passes through the ground.
So, from this point on, we're going to unlock the abilities of a high-end character to showcase some of the different mechanics we have in the game.
Looks like we found some loot. This is a smart gun. It's one of the more advanced weapons in the game, allowing bullets to track and follow their target. It's one of many different weapons players can acquire. Weapons are built as modules that allow for deep customization and progression. This way, you can be sure to find something that will suit your playstyle. We can also double jump and bounce off of walls, which makes us a very agile, fast solo. Sweet, we just found a corporate tech rifle. Corpo weapons are top of the line. Let's scan this guy and see what's going on. It looks like Royce is back, and he's pressed. He's got an armored exoskeleton, and we won't be able to get rid of him that easily. Our weapons are not dealing a lot of damage because he's packing an autonomous shield. Luckily, the scan we performed earlier revealed a weakness. Attacking should bring the shield down.
Tuh, suara kayunya. Oke. Keren cuy. Gila sih, keren banget sumpah. Oke. Tameng. Wow, ada slow motion yang seru. Di HD-in. Oke. Dia ada efek kayak gitu. Aduh. pura manggil teman-temannya. Very well. Siap dong detailnya. Jangan lupa di HD-in video nih. Lihat dong rumputnya, setiap mereka gerak ternyata rumputnya geser cuy. Tuh, grafik rumputnya. Background matahari, battle di daun daunnya keren sumpah. Oke, musuhnya mulai datang. Ada api-apinya. Oke. Set, cerot. Bisa dibunuh itu padahal tadi.
I woke up in the morning about 9:30. The hacks and the buggy standing in line. Gents and gamers standing around, taking little city to bear. I begin.
I'm crying at the mirror, wondering if I'll be okay. My head is telling me nothing, it's got nothing left to say. And I was like, oh, oh, oh,
into game, healing while in battle.
ブレイクエイジを使うと
If you pull off a break age move, Itsuno-san takes us back to the void. Itsuno-san figured if Nero can change his arms, it's almost a give equipped as a kind of nod to Mega Man. The way he turns into Mega Man's slide. So there you have it, the void. A place where you can experiment, practice your combos, learn the enemy patterns, and hone your skills to take on Itsuno-san's challenge of tackling his idea of a seriously hardcore game.
Play, a marked distinction from more tactically demanding human encounters. Artyom's wife, Anna, the Spartan Order's top sniper, has gone missing. If your gas mask, nothing a little duct tape can't handle for the time being though. One of the key new aspects of gameplay in Metro Exodus is the dynamic weather system and a day-night cycle that offers tactical opportunities. At the midway point in the level, Artyom must steal a train carriage to add to the Aurora so that they can transport the additional survivors that have joined the Spartan ranks. With the dark night vision goggles, disabling tin can traps, keeping air pressure in the T-HAR high, all while staying alert to the hostility around you, are all part of the unique and highly engaging gameplay that has made this series so revered. Attention to detail is another contributing factor to that status. Everything in Exodus is built on real-life lighting, materials, and physics. A knife thrown into enemy armor may not penetrate deeply enough to kill them. Just like you can extinguish lamps, shooting them will cause them to explode and a fire to spread. As a player, you will need to hone both your aim and tactics in order to successfully navigate your way through the game.
The heretics come for our lives. We will stand firm. So you got me, you damned heretics. Where's your jump? You meant the world to me.
The heart of Anthem is the concept of our world, my story. The unique combination of a dynamic,
Okay, so Jen, let's jump in and get started. At the start of any expedition, we need to decide who we want to play with. Jen will be inviting 2 of her friends, but when you play the game, you will choose from your friends, guildmates, other like-minded individuals, or even go out and explore the world on your own. Now that our squad is formed, we need to pick our objective. This is the map screen, and as you can see, there are a lot of different activities to choose from. For today, we'll be playing the mission, Scars, and Villainy. Have them to go out into the wild and feel super heroic. Today we will play from Jen's perspective in her Colossus, a heavily armored battle exo that trades agility for massive firepower. As you can see, Jen, you're the expert, so over to you. Looks like Jen is sending our squad to hit the snipers first. In the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see our objective is to find all 6 echoes and take them to the Shaper interface. So up ahead, Scylla has one on his back in the Colossus, and here you can see Jen has 2. So Scylla just put 1 in. When we get these, and that'll be 3 out of 6, and we're halfway done. The only problem now is we have to go through those troops in the middle to find the rest. Mortar for a big shatter combo. Alright, good job, Jen. Okay, we cleared out the middle. The last thing left are these 2 turrets. We could take them head on or flank. Looks like Jen's gonna try to brute force this first one. Okay, didn't quite get. They're gonna have to flank behind and hit those weak points. Okay, our squad's now cleared out all the enemies in this area. The last thing left to do is get those 3 echoes and drop them off to silence the relic.
It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was...
The environment seems to be changing. I have a bad feeling there are more than just scars in this stronghold. Strongholds are a long-form adventure, so in the interest of time, we're gonna skip ahead in the action.
Expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down.
Hey, nice job, Scylla. Maybe a lightning strike here from the storm would be helpful. Awesome, and Jen, if you can do a combo here, would be great. Maybe that multi-mortar. Alright, looks like our squad now has everything well in hand. But the Swarm Tyrant is back. Alright, Jen's gotta get out of here. She's gonna take a lot of damage. Nice, Silas set the Swarm Tyrant on fire again. Every Javelin has a powerful ultimate ability that can turn the tide of battle in your favor.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden road, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises, you know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now.
gamers, Dreamcast Guy here, reviewing today Fallout 76. A simple truth that I think a lot of gamers have trouble facing is the fact that any series, no matter what it is, must eventually evolve. Change is many times a good thing. It manages to push some great franchises to explore and expand in fantastic new ways that we never before thought possible. But some anything, so I decided to sneak in there and just check stuff out. And well, the guy was right that there were super mutants everywhere, but when I got inside, there was some pretty good crafting materials and some cool stuff that I really wanted to collect. But when I got in here, I also saw a quest. But the quest wasn't given to me by a person, it was given to me by a computer, like everything else in this entire universe. What I had to do was basically escort this robotic guard through this giant prison and shoot all the different super mutants. And it was relatively easy, gave a bunch of experience points, and I enjoyed the fact that I got this big cash prize. But it didn't really feel fun. Instead, it just felt like a meaningless slice of a larger cake. I kept wanting to try and find that sweetness, that meaning, that real sense that this world is alive beyond being a giant sandbox for me to just wander around and shoot stuff in. But let's talk about the combat, because I do think that this is something that they managed to carry over very faithfully. Now, in general, I think that most Bethesda games, they don't just have crazy cool shooting, or they don't have tons and tons of really great high-end combat. Rather, they pull you in by having some great story and writing stacked on top of some really basic mechanics to let you shoot and loot. But I think that here, they've certainly managed to spice things up. Everything feels very, very tight. When I'm trying to run or aim or use one of my abilities, never did I feel like things were being held back by glitches or anything. It seems like when I'm trying to get into action, I'm never being completely destroyed because of a bad UI error. The controls in general are very, very competent, but there is a massive change when it comes to VATS. Obviously, in any other Fallout game, you'd be using VATS to occasionally stop time and pick out specific targets on your enemy's body, whereas here, instead, because this is an always online game, you are only able to use it basically as an auto-lock system. Now, I'll just go ahead and say up front, you're not going to be using this very often. The only times I really bothered to even touch the VATS button is when I was doing follow to figure out more about this overall narrative. The point of Fallout 76 is that you are being forced to make your own fun, to make your own story, and to make your own good times. If you are not able to do that, then this game is a giant waste of time. The deeper I got in this game and the more I managed to really power up my character, the more I began to discover that this is the only truth that matters. This game was not designed for people to play on their own and just enjoy the good writing. It is about crafting an experience with others. With that being said, I do think that they managed to do some really good choices to try and make it where this multiplayer itself is quite balanced. It seems like anybody, no matter what level they are, still manages to be on a pretty even playing field as long as you're not walking around with a total pea shooter. So the main way they handle levels in this is the fact that there is now this card system where every time you level up, you're still putting a point into the special meter, still having to worry about food and water. Since this is a giant nuclear wasteland, that means that you're going to be struggling to find any sip that you can suck. And what this really means is the fact that you're going to be scavenging constantly. I mean, just right here, I spent an entire 20 minutes going back and forth, cooking meat and boiling water. That way I could travel for the next couple hours without any annoyance. Times like this, where you have to stop, you are forced to stop everything you're doing and find some stuff to eat and drink, completely kills the pacing, especially when you're with other people. I hate when I have this big group of people and we're about to undergo that next giant task, when suddenly somebody says, oh wait, I need to go eat and drink, and everybody has to stop and wait. This is so freaking painful. It's one of those things that really makes me wish that I could just get a perk card that shut off these annoying meters. Fallout 76 constantly feels like it's reaching out of the game to tell me, hey, this world is fake. Hey, this isn't real. Hey, this is just another online game that wants your attention but doesn't know how to keep it. Overall, it's really hard to say if this project is worth $60, but personally, I don't think it is. The adventures I had and the great times that I managed to make were really, really fantastic. But you can't really string those together into a...
Wah.